I made a declaration to transform my relationship with my health and weight. I was very, very overweight. And Tracy introduced me to Sean and the TEDS Foundation, and it's really been life changing. I mean, they put me on a health and wellness track that has been life changing for me. I'm down 40 pounds. I have unbelievable routine. It's all faith based. And then, COVID hits, and it's a crisis unlike any other, right? And, there was plenty of times that I was unsure what to do. I'd call Sean or Tommy, who works with Sean, and they would reset me, and they would help keep me grounded in the foundation of the routines that we had set up. And I feel healthier now than ever. So it's really been, life changing for me. And it's all God's work.
I'm heading down to the Danish embassy to speak to U.S. and Danish officials on healthcare and meet with their ambassador of public health. And I was just getting so worked up, and being able to step back and step out of that and work through some of the exercises that you provided me really settled my spirit and allowed me to perform well. And it was more tools in the toolbox that has really helped me move beyond that to a significant degree. And actually, when I look at the managing that crisis and chaos and my own personal ability to deliver a message in a powerful way, which is fundamental to what I do, I look at relatively effective, chaos, crisis, adapt with new tools and resources, and the breakthrough on the other side led to being even more effective, more aware, and more at peace with being able to deliver those messages.
And the people that are blessed to have you in their life now have miracles. You produce miracles, and that's like a dangerous thing to say. What do you mean he produces miracles? Yes, people get cured from being with you. Think people that no one else can cure. Things disappear. You know things that no one else knows. And the world's listening for that can't be so. Tracy, you bought into something. Well, no, I haven't bought into anything. I know that from my experience of you. The power of it is extraordinary. I mean, I know if something shifts in me and nothing has happened, that it came from you. I was supposed to have an operation, and they had prepared me for how painful it was going to be and the recovery and all of that stuff. So I go in for the surgery, and when I came out, the doctor says, you didn't have a tear. The MRI was wrong. Usually it's wrong in the other direction. It's worse than it shows. In your case, it wasn't there. Now, I know I'd seen the x-rays before. I knew that it was there, and I knew the only thing that was different was that you regularly go in there and mess around with stuff that's going on with me and clear it up. So, I'm so clear about what you do that I don't have to be concerned about how you do it.
If you really look at the science, 99.9% of our existence is non-physical. You can't touch it and feel it. But almost every leadership program, almost even people when they start talking about faith in the Bible or Buddha or whatever, they're always trying to talk about it from a physical perspective. Even medicine, think about that. When you're treated by a physician, unless you have a really dialed in physician, and it's not their fault, it's not that they're not doing their job and people get miraculous results, but they're only dealing with 0.01% of the equation. Whether you're sick, whether you're confused, whether you have an addiction, behavioral health problems, a relationship problem, a lot of the things that we've found in the unknown and being able to put context to them can move things very quickly or give you a systematic plan for engaging in practices that will allow you to rise above the things that most people think are impossible. We really frame them up in a way that if you're willing to just do the work and be creative and be disciplined in the executing it, that you have access to something that few people have ever had to, or think they have to fly to a mountaintop or go to some exotic place in the world. You don't have to have a guru. You don't have to have a master. You don't have to go to the minister. You don't have to go to the shaman. And what we've really strived to do and spent time with countless experts and gone back and forth is a way to communicate to the world that you can have access to the 99.9% that is really making our existence work. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be voodoo. You don't have to freak out about it. So people do have access to miracles, because I believe the TEDS Foundation is a miracle factory, not because of us, but because what we're able to give people access to. I'm a firm believer when people ask me, can anyone do what you do? I say, yes, 90% of what I do, any human being on the earth can do if they're committed. The other 10%, I will say that there are some unique things that God gave me, just like gave Brenda a fast arm or gave Tracy the way that she shapes things up and gives context to things. If the world had access to the 90% that we can give them access to, there's so many things would be a non-discussion. But what we really want to do is have as many people see that this unknown 99.9% of the equation doesn't have to be unknown, that you can actually have access to it and change your circumstances at a speed that people can only imagine.